Now, y'all know me. I come in, I'm confident. Thank you. We're going to see.
Yo, what's good, folks? We are back. Another episode of the Fantasy. We're in week 9?
Week 9.
You know what I'm saying? Took last week off, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to be back. How about y'all?
Yeah, we needed that mental health break.
Yeah,
mid-season, we need that break.
We collect our bye week. That was our bye week.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Come back,
get back.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Tweez.
Relax. Just relax, recuperate.
Yeah.
Get back to it. Get back to the shit talking and setting your lineups, man.
We still put them Start Ems Sit Ems out for y'all.
Sure.
Yeah, big facts. Big facts.
Back.
But now we're back in the flesh. We got week 9 coming up. There's some interesting matches on the slate, I think. But you know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and get right into what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? We're here for the Start Ems and Sit Ems. But actually, before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, things like that. That helps us out a lot. But you know what I'm saying? We're here doing the fantasy videos all season long. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know what I'm saying, subscribe so that you stay tapped in with everything that we got going on fantasy wise, and then definitely follow the socials. You know what I'm saying? The fantasy with SJT on Instagram, and then the fantasy SJT on Twitter and TikTok. So now we can go ahead and get into our stardoms for week 9, starting with Sean P.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just start by saying you see Geno Smith up there, but fantasy ain't been good to me this year. I'm not, as happy as I was in previous years, But we're gonna get to the starters.
Previous years.
At this point, you here for them, not you.
Hey, I'm here for y'all. Yeah, because fantasy,
Jeez.
it's a debacle out there for me, man. Right now, the fantasy guys don't like me. They shoot me down every chance they get. So
Raining on his parade.
Raining on my parade,
past 2
man.
years, they've been trying to raid on Sean's parade, man.
Bad, man. But I'm still a champ. Still the champ of this league. I'm still gonna be the champ. So yeah. I come in confidence. But yeah, we're here for the starters. Geno Smith, got him. He's been one of the most surprising guys of the season.
Surprising.
No one thought Geno Smith was going to be a fantasy
wrote him off.
starter. They wrote him off.
But he ain't right back.
He ain't right back.
Hey.
I got
It's like that shit still works because
right,
he keeps
yeah,
balling.
right.
And Seattle's winning. Like more than they've been doing with Russ.
More than
Like,
anything, yeah.
I think he's looking better than Russ.
Nah,
Russ
want to
right
shit.
now.
Stop. Russ want to shit.
Come
what
on,
I'm
man.
saying,
What
like-
are we talking about? What's your
Talk about
favorite
shit.
saying?
What
What's your
is
favorite saying?
Dog, Geno wins.
What?
Talking about ships?
No, I'm saying, what's your favorite saying?
What you mean?
That was 2 what? Something you be
2
saying.
years ago, whatever he said about you.
4 scores,
Whatever he
7
said.
years.
4 scores and 7 years ago. We talking about right now. Right now, Geno Smith.
Nigga, but
better-
listen to what we're saying right now. This
Yeah,
nigga won
bro.
3 regular season games.
Bro,
We're talking about
yeah.
he's better than
We talking about shit.
whatever they what a 4
Or a
regular
Super
5
Bowl.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it
Russell
is, we're in the
Wilson won a
regular
Super Bowl.
season.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what he's
But
saying.
right
They won
now,
the Super Bowl.
We're in the
Geno
regular
Smith
Smith is a better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
Right now, at this
Right
moment.
now, at this
Right
moment.
now at week 9
Yes.
in 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Okay,
right
okay,
now.
no, we're not disagreeing. We're just saying
Like,
he's not better.
We're just
overall.
saying this
He-
ridiculous.
He's got a Seahawks team right now that Russ didn't take.
He
to the
ran away
playoffs.
from.
Nah, Russ had better.
Like
Russ had a better team.
yeah.
Russ had a better.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
better
leads you to
defense.
boom. He leads
Better
you to boom.
defense. Like Geno Smith is playing great football right now. And Arizona ranks they give up the 6th most fantasy points to quarterbacks right now. So this is a good matchup for
Good
Geno
spot
Smith.
for him.
Great spot for Geno right now. We got the Chargers up there, but they play the Cardinals this week. But yeah, and Geno Smith right now ranks 7 in fantasy. He's the 7th ranked quarterback. Better than a lot of guys that you drafted early.
Name some
Better than
name
probably
some-
most likely everybody you drafted: Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
These are all guys that
Matthew
other than Tom
Stafford.
Brady and
Stafford.
There's a lot of
That's
guys
crazy. That's
out
crazy.
there,
There's a lot of
like
guys,
that
man.
people drafted, and he's outperforming them. Russell Wilson,
Russell Wilson, number one guy.
The guy he
Derek Carr.
replaced. The guy he
like I mean,
replaced.
it's just there's
Right.
guys that he's
Geno-
better than.
Nah, that's crazy because I didn't necessarily realize that. But Derek Carr,
Yeah.
Matt Stafford,
Carr,
these are
all
guys that
those
put
guys.
up good stats. Like
You
draft
whether they
these
win or
guys,
lose in the
Guys that you
games.
think that you on paper they have high power offenses,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Geno's doing
Where
it with,
about Justin Herbert?
with a makeshift. I think he might be
He
rated
might
higher
use
than
rated higher
yeah.
than Herbert for
I'm,
sure.
I'm,
No, for sure.
I'm gonna check
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah.
gonna check
But
it.
yeah,
But
like-
do you think?
Yeah, all these guys you thought that were going to come in and be the guys. No, Geno. He's the guy, man. I like Geno Smith. I like his character. People wrote him off, but he's here to stay. I like Geno. He's a starter this
He's
week.
rated higher than Justin Herbert.
Kirk Cousins
Crazy.
at Washington, a revenge game for Kirk Cousins. I feel like he's going to come in and try to do what he has to do to quiet that crowd down. He has the weapons to do it. Just added T.J. Hawkinson to that arsenal of weapons he has over there. Dalvin Cook, T.J. Hawkinson, Adam Thielen, and of course Justin Jefferson. He has a lot of guys to throw the ball to, so I like Kirk Cousins in this one. Washington, before last week, we weren't stopping anyone. We played a backup quarterback last week, and defense looked good. Might have Chase Young back this week, but I still like Kirk Cousins at Washington in this revenge game for him.
Does Justin Jefferson ever get in the end zone, man?
Yeah.
I have not seen him get in the end zone in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
It's been a little minute for
It's been a little minute. I mean, he'll get 100 yards, but
it's been a little minute.
give me a
for
touchdown, bro.
I feel you. That anytime touchdown, you don't go Jefferson on that.
You don't go Jefferson, bro. Like, he gets the work, but not in the red zone. It don't make no
the
sense.
Red zone targets are not. It's like, Thielen gets red zone targets. Now they got Hawkins.
They did get
Irv Smith.
Irv Smith. I said
He's hurt. He's out for 6
Jeez.
8 weeks.
Oh, that's why they got caught.
Jefferson has
That's
the
why they got
score
caught.
since week 1.
Jesus Christ. I said
said
4 weeks. It's been like 6.
Yeah.
That's
Seven.
crazy.
Yeah. It's about
Facts.
I mean, Jefferson, but he's going to give you.
He's going to get 10 catches, though. It don't make no sense.
Over
Like,
100 yards.
yeah.
That's what Jefferson does, but he's not scoring touchdowns in fantasy. You want those.
You want
bonus-
touchdowns.
You want that bonus 6.
Touchdown regression.
And sports betting, you win
Yeah,
touchdowns.
yeah. But the touchdowns are coming.
Yeah.
Touchdowns are
Yeah,
definitely
they
coming.
got
For
Hell, they
Justin.
play Washington this week.
this is the
Anytime
week.
touchdown,
This is the week.
Justin Jefferson for sure. 100%.
Nah, man, you can't do 100%, man.
110%.
Don't give up TDs. You want to bet on the TD for Justin Jefferson?
Yes, I will.
All right, cool. We early. So what you want to bet? 15, 20,
$10.
10.
You saying he don't get a touchdown?
He's saying he
He's-
does.
he's
No,
saying
you're
he
saying
does.
he don't.
He's
No.
scoring this week, son.
Nah,
He's scoring. All
they're
right.
not gonna give him a TD.
Moving along, we got my man Aaron
They
Rodgers.
haven't been, so I'm not.
I be
can't
having Aaron
dispute that.
Rodgers on the starters a lot.
Yeah.
I be like, it's coming. If he doesn't get it against
He be
Detroit,
that nigga on your list that's always red.
yeah, always. But I'm gonna stick with it. And if he don't get it this week against Detroit, they
never
rank
gonna be on this
31st
list.
against quarterbacks. And I feel like this could be a high-scoring game. The Packers, Lions, Packers need a win bad right now, and the Lions they always score. They're good for points and just
Good
keep
to
the
give up
game
points.
going.
Yeah.
Good to give up points to keep the game going. So Aaron Rodgers is playing the whole game. I feel like this is going to be a good time to start Aaron Rodgers, but I like Geno more in my league. But you start Aaron Rodgers this week for sure at Detroit.
Like you said, if it don't happen this week,
If it don't happen this week, then just drop
done.
him.
It's not happening.
Drop.
It's not
Drop
happening
him.
if it don't happen this week.
Number 4 quarterback this week. I like Justin Fields versus Miami. I feel like this can also be a high scoring one. Justin Fields has scored 18 plus points in the last 3 games. He scored 23 in 2 out of 3 of those games. Justin Fields is coming alive with his legs, his arm, and they added Chase Claypool to their weapons. So I like Justin Fields going forward in fantasy. You might see him on the stardoms a lot from now until the end of the season. I like what he's doing out there. He's getting it done with his legs. He's also getting it done with his arm. So I like Justin Fields versus Miami. I feel like this could be a high scoring game.
Yeah, I like what I saw out of Justin Fields last week.
Yeah,
in the last couple weeks, he's been coming
more
alive.
comfortable out there, like
Coming alive.
in the pocket, and then
What did they score? Like 30 points last week?
Yeah, they scored roughly like 30.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
they're
like
coming alive. He's
yeah,
coming alive.
20.
against New England,
Nah, against Dallas.
against
Dallas,
Dallas,
yeah.
against Dallas.
But then the
And-
week before, they beat New England
Yeah,
like
they-
30
yeah,
to
yeah,
14.
exactly.
Took
That's
breaks
all-
off of.
But yeah,
the
so
week before.
Justin Fields is coming alive. I like him here on out.
He's a good
fantasy.
fantasy,
Here on out?
quarterback
Okay, here on
because
out.
Oh yeah, because he's got the dual threat.
because he can run.
And that's big in fantasy. All right, coming in, I like Miles Sanders this week at Houston. Houston ranks 32nd against running backs. And they have allowed 5 running backs to score 27 or more fantasy points this season. What week are we in?
9.
9. And they allowed 5 running backs to score 27 or more fantasy points against Houston. So you start Miles Sanders with confidence. Anytime touchdown, I like Miles Sanders this week for sure.
That number's inflated by Derrick Henry, but
No. They allowed 5 running backs to score 27,
Scored 20 plus.
20 plus.
So Derrick Henry's just one of them.
He's just one of them.
okay.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
They're ranked number 32 in giving
rank
running back
runs.
points to
I mean, if
fantasy
a
points to running
guy
backs.
runs for 200 and 2 touchdowns, it's going to be
No,
gonna be
but I'm saying
inflated.
that doesn't make you number 32.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
It's inflated.
It's not. Did you hear the stat? They let 5 running backs
let
get
5
27
people.
more
He's
over-
just one of
I
them.
gotta do it. I
He's
gotta
just
do it.
one.
I gotta do it, man.
Oh,
I
man.
gotta do
I
it.
gotta ruffle your feathers.
Coming in number 2, we
Am I
got
getting
Josh
under your
Jacobs.
skin?
I'll ruffle your feathers a little bit, bro. Look.
We got Josh Jacobs at number 2. Last week, Josh Jacobs only put up 6.4 half point PPR fantasy points.
Dud.
But
The Raiders didn't do
Back
shit
to
as an
earth.
offense.
the Raiders did.
As an offense, they didn't do
David Carney had 100 yards passing.
Donut.
So it was just bad out there for the Raiders. And I still lost in fantasy, and I played Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs. That says a lot for my week. But
Yo, you
Yeah.
got 10 points from a quarterback.
Yeah,
and
man.
what? How much did Josh Jacobs put
No,
up?
We're not gonna
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about. We're not gonna talk about Sean's
Yeah, one,
fantasy
bro.
matchup right now.
Okay.
We're past that, but
Yeah.
at the same
But yeah.
I
time,
low-key want to know who else was on that team. If you had
you don't
AJ
want to know.
Brown,
T. Higgins was on that
AJ
team.
Brown, T. Higgins. What did T. Higgins do? I'm not hit.
Last
6 minutes
minute
left in the
touchdown.
game.
Yeah, the last minute touchdown.
I mean, yeah,
Randy.
DeAndre Hopkins had
Randy,
damn near
41-yard touchdown.
I
Randy
didn't see
the
that.
corner.
I stopped watching
Bro.
that Cincinnati game
Yeah,
because
you
it
missed-
got
You
ugly.
missed a vital
I
play.
had bread on Cincinnati.
You
It got
missed
ugly.
Yeah,
bro.
you
I was
missed
like,
a
fuck
vital.
this game.
You missed a vital
Bro,
fantasy play.
I'm up
Early
11.
that
I'm
day.
up.
Oh, 40
I'm
yards
up
plus
11.
6. That's 10. Okay.
I'm up 11 at this point.
12 yards.
6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
This guy,
41-yard touchdown.
41-yard tuck.
Randy.
Yeah. So he shouldn't even have caught it.
I'm up 1. I'm up 1, right?
Yeah.
So first play, they stopped the Browns. The Browns don't get a first down. Now it's like 5 minutes left in the game. No
Now
point.
it's
No
like
point
5
for their
minutes.
starters to begin. They're down 20. No point for their
They're
starters.
trying to
begin,
win.
It's Joe
No
Burrow,
point for
bro.
their
He's gonna
starters
throw
to
himself a
begin, right?
bomb. He's gonna throw a bomb.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the next drive. Joe Burrow gets sacked for like an 8-yard loss.
This is personal.
8-yard loss. He gets sacked for
He
8-yard
knows he's
loss.
playing you.
I'm playing Joe Mixon too. And then they throw it to Joe Mixon for like a 13, 14-yard pass.
Yeah.
Game.
Game
over.
Blouses.
Game over. Next play, they get off the field. Game
This
over.
guy lost 80.
That's
This
how I
guy
lost.
lost.
I'm
This guy
fucking
lost his fantasy
weak.
matchup 89.9 to 89. He lost by
Yeah.
9 yards.
Jesus Christ.
It was tough.
man.
But yeah, back to
tough.
Josh
Hard
Jacobs.
Now I see why you started the show the way you did.
Yes.
Heartbreaker.
He said,
Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker.
Fuck,
Heartbreaker, man.
man.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah, like,
Heartbreaker.
I know. It's see when me and Twan, it's like bittersweet. Like he's like, Sean lost. All right, I don't have to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're right there in the record, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good. But of course, you're like, oh,
Damn,
that's
you want
still
your
a man.
you want
know
your
what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. You always want your mans to win because it's like it doesn't make it fun if he's losing. I mean, y'all saw the
Yeah.
show last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Y'all saw the show last year.
Come on, come on, come on, right? Like,
You don't gotta
I mean,
feel.
but-
Hey,
I
but
mean,
the people
I
out there, you don't
gotta
gotta feel bad for me because I'm
I don't
the
think
champ
they
of
do.
the
They
Champions
don't.
League.
don't feel bad for him because of how much shit he be talking. Like, and we tell him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just
Humble
be
or not,
humble.
I'm
Just
either
be
gonna win or
humble.
lose. It don't matter. I can't go
Be
out there and
humble.
play
We
for
do
these
it. We
guys,
do a
man.
fantasy show. We
But
set
yeah.
our lineups for y'all.
All right.
We won't get personal.
Back to Josh Jacobs. He, like we say, he landed a stinker last week after
Mhm.
going for 30, 32, and 27 the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He put up 6.4, but I like him this week at Jacksonville, who allows they're ranked 25th against running back. So I like Josh Jacobs to bounce back this week. Next up, Ramondre Stevenson. Volume. He's getting the volume. I think he's stolen that job from Damian Harris. It's his job now. Ramondre Stevenson is the guy there. I like him this week against Indy, who's ranked 21st against running backs. Start Ramondre Stevenson with confidence. No more Damian Harrison taking his shine. It's the Stevenson show over there in New England. Number 4, Tyler Algier. Everyone runs the ball against the Chargers. They're ranked 31st against running backs, only in front of Houston. So do the math. If you got a running back going against the Chargers, you start him with confidence. Tyler Algier, he gets one more week without Cordell Patterson there, and he's been getting the volume. He's been the starting running back for the Falcons, and they're the number 1 rushing team in the league.
Yeah, I think so.
So you start Tyler Algier against one of the worst.
Sleeper pick if you're a
Rushing team
gambler. If you're a
against-
gambler, man, I think the sleeper pick. I think the Falcons might get the Chargers this week.
I like the
At home,
Falcons.
at
I like
home,
the Falcons.
at home,
Yeah.
at home, at home.
They might
at
be
home.
favored.
They,
At home.
They
no,
might-
I don't think
They're
they're
not
favored.
favored?
I don't
They,
think they're favored.
I'm not. I didn't look at this.
I
but
said I
know
haven't
they're- I know
looked,
they're
but
not.
I don't
Why
think
at
they,
home against
I know
the
they're not.
Chargers?
I know they're not. I
A
know they're
team
not.
that-
Hey,
I know
hey,
they're not.
yeah,
I know they're
hey.
not. I know they're not.
My
They're
thing is-
not. They're
Hey,
not.
look,
I'm checking. Go ahead.
They're
Vegas,
not.
Vegas needs to think about
Bro,
this.
They're not.
You have the number 1 rush offense.
They
Going
are
against
not
So
favored. in
one
so-
of the worst
in Atlanta. They're not. They're
rush
not
defenses.
favored. They're not favored against Justin Herbert. PJ Walker just damn near won the game against them. They got Justin Herbert coming to town. No way.
No,
got-
they're
Justin
3-point
Herbert
dogs.
Justin Herbert ain't really been doing shit.
They're
Justin
3-point
Herbert or
dogs.
PJ?
They don't have Mike Williams.
Justin Herbert or PJ?
And they got a 900% Keenan Allen.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck do the Panthers have?
DJ
Oh,
Moore.
here we go with that last week. Shit, man. We talking about the Falcons, bro. That's a whole new. This is a whole different team. This is a whole different team. They run the ball. They slow the. They speed the clock up. So
Who's the
Justin
tight
Herbert
end?
doesn't get
Who's
all
the
those-
tight end for the Panthers? I'm asking you a question. Who's the tight end for the Chargers? Gerald Everett.
Okay.
Who's the running back for the Panthers? Deontay Foreman. Who's the
He had over
running?
100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Who's the
last
running
season.
back for the Chargers? Austin Eckler.
Okay.
RB1.
And what's their
Nigga.
record?
What do you mean? What's the
What's their
record? It doesn't fucking matter. What's the Panthers' record? 2-5
We're
going
talking
into that
about the
game.
Falcons. They're 4-4.
The Panthers
What
still
are the
lost that
Chargers?
game.
What are the
Chargers are
Chargers?
4-3.
4
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
They had their bye week.
The Chargers are going to win that game, bro.
Okay.
Wide receiver
I
one
like
is
the
DJ
Falcons.
Moore. Okay.
I like the
DJ Moore's not getting passes from Herbert. He's
I like
getting
the
passes
Falcons.
from Walker. Keenan Allen's getting passes from Herbert, nigga.
Keenan Allen
with
is
no
not
AJ
healthy.
Terrell, Casey.
The coach came out today saying he's not 100.
Who's your next guy?
They got. What do you mean? Who's their next guy? If Keenan Allen doesn't play,
No,
Mike
no.
Williams is out.
Who's the wild starters?
He said he's
Oh.
ready to move on. But the Chargers are 3-point favorites.
Oh.
In this.
Oh. Okay.
But
They're
you
gonna
know,
lose.
but Atlanta,
That's a-
Atlanta has the best record against the spread in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
You don't want to hear that.
they've been beating.
I don't care about the
teams that
spread.
they're not supposed to beat.
Care about the game.
No, yeah, but
Spread
they're
edge.
3-point dogs. So like they could
Hey.
win.
And they're still what?
They're
4-4.
4-4.
I have no confidence in the Chargers ever.
I have no
62 against
confidence
the spread.
in the Falcons either.
But I'm not mad at that
think-
though. I
think the
can see
Falcons-
Atlanta winning
the Falcons
too though. Like
may
and they're playing
get,
at home.
I said the Falcons may get the Chargers,
The Chargers,
but
been
don't sit
under-
here and
they've
say
been
that they're gonna beat
They've
the
been
Chargers.
underachievers since Phillip Rivers has been an All-Pro quarterback, Pro Bowl quarterback.
All right.
It's just in their organization. I don't know.
Okay,
It's
okay,
just
okay.
that's
They
how
just
it is.
underachieve.
They're just underachieved.
But this is probably their best achieving they've been doing.
Who?
Wait, no, you're talking about the Chargers. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Falcons. My bad.
All right.
I'm thinking the Falcons.
Moving on to the wide receivers. I like Terry McLaurin this week. I ain't been liking him in the last couple of weeks, but Tyler Heineke, he's showing that he finds Terry McLaurin. That's his guy. He knows who the $71 million guy is. Carson Wentz didn't know that. He just threw the ball up. But yeah,
Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson.
Minnesota ranks 26 against wide receivers. Terry in the last 2 weeks, he has 8 targets in both of those games. I feel like his targets are going to go up in this one. I feel like this could be a high scoring affair. Washington's going to have to keep up with Minnesota. So I like Terry McLaurin in this one. Number 2, Tyler Boyd. Yeah, I like Tyler Boyd. No Jamar Chase. Tyler Boyd's been the guy. He's been the go-to guy. It hasn't been Higgins. It has been Tyler Boyd. So I like Tyler Boyd in this one. Carolina has struggled against slot receivers, giving up the 6th most fantasy points to slot receivers. So I like Tyler Boyd versus Carolina in this one. Coming in number 3, Romeo Dobbs. Detroit ranks 27th against receivers. I feel like Aaron Rodgers has found confidence in Dobbs since last week. Dobbs, he caught a lot of key passes for Aaron Rodgers last week, even though they lost. But Dobbs came up big and showed Aaron Rodgers that he can be the guy that he was in the preseason. So I like Dobbs at Detroit. Number 4, Juju Smith-Schuster. This is a guy that I don't like, but he's been performing.
Said I don't like.
I don't like Juju.
No, he doesn't like
I'm not
Juju.
gonna lie.
Oh, you don't
I'm
like
not-
him.
I'm not
I
a
thought you were
Juju
saying-
fan.
okay.
I don't know why. I just don't like the guy. But he's been.
He did something to you?
Mahomes. No, he ain't. You know, sometimes.
don't know, man.
Sometimes you just don't like. Sometimes.
Sometimes, no, I've never felt that
Probably,
way.
maybe.
I just
I
not like
didn't
someone
say
for
I
no
hate him, I
reason.
just don't like him. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. He's not a favorite.
Okay.
I don't like Juju. He's an underachiever.
Juju been
also.
balling, man.
He's been balling.
What if he said he wanted to come on the
Combined
show?
47.4
Like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Hey, Juju, Juju, walk through that door, man. How
I'm
you
gonna let him
doing?
know. I'm like
Hey,
Juju.
Juju.
I'm not a fan, but thanks for coming through.
First guy.
It's good. You my guy, bro.
First
What's
guy.
good, bro? You my
First
guy.
guy.
It's like,
First guy at the
I'm gonna
fucking door.
I'm gonna let him know, like Juju.
I don't like you. Think he's gonna walk in after that?
You're not,
Oh,
no,
you-
he's gonna feed off that. He's gonna be like, all right, let me tell me why.
No, he's not
Oh,
gonna fuck
no.
with you. He's not gonna fuck with
Fucking
you.
weak.
He's done.
I don't care.
Y'all living in a
Okay.
fucking movie.
What do you mean? What I'm supposed to bow down
Shaw
to
is
him?
calling
You
you
don't gotta
shit.
bow down
Hey,
to him, but you
look,
don't gotta
no,
hate him
sorry.
either.
I didn't say I hate him. I don't like him.
Okay.
It's a difference.
Yeah, you did.
But he combined 47.4 in the last 2 games. I I like Juju as a flex. He's a great flex option this week. Wide receiver 2 for me. The Titans defense are ranked 25th against wide receivers. So I like Juju Smith in this one. I feel like he's playing with Pat Mahomes. So that says a lot. He's playing with Pat Mahomes. He's Pat Mahomes' number 1 receiver. Now that Tyreek is not there, no, number 2 receiver because he still got Kelsey. But yeah, I like Juju this week versus Tennessee. Going into tight ends, Joe Everett. I like Joe Everett in this one. Atlanta's ranked 25th against tight ends.
Who's the Chargers tight end? Nigga.
Joe Everett. I mean, Atlanta's ranked 25th against tight ends. What do you mean?
I just asked you that. Who's the Chargers tight end?
I know it's Joe Everett. I like Everett. He looks like a wide receiver out there. And then the reason why I do like Joe.
Can we rewind?
Does that mean they're gonna win the game?
I just asked you,
Does that
who's he
mean that-
going to? Herbert and them are going to dog
Right
them.
now, he's only throwing to Joe Everett.
He's going to be throwing to Keenan and Gerald in Austin.
Right now, he's only.
Yeah, I did.
Right now, he's only throwing. Right now, he's only throwing to Joe Everett and Austin Eckler. Right now, we don't know if Keenan Allen's going to play. But we know Mike Williams is not playing, so he has no weapons. Moving along.
Oh shit!
Number 2 tight end, Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram has been solid as a fantasy tight end. You know, the last 4 weeks he has ranked. He has 29 targets total in the last 4 weeks. That's 7 targets a game in the last 4. So I like Evan Ingram and his volume going against Vegas. I feel like this could be another high-scoring affair game. Vegas has weapons over there, and I feel like Jacksonville has a good team over there, and I feel like this could be a high-scoring game. I like the over in this one because it's probably low. I like the over in this game if you're a betting man. I like Evan Ingram in this one also.
Yeah, I don't see much defense playing in the biggest Jacksonville game.
Number 3, Robert Tonyan.
I will say last week, a lot of people thought the Saints Vegas drum was gonna go over. Not the Saints. Vegas didn't score any points.
Yeah, none of the Saints wasn't
Bounce-
rocking.
You don't see that happen.
Bounce back week for all Vegas
Nah,
players.
it's because
Devontae Adams, Josh
what
Jacobs.
was it
Saints-
because?
the
I didn't see.
Saints. The Saints defense.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the Saints defense is tricky.
That's what
Like
I'm saying. We were
they
talking
have-
about how like they're
they
not
have
the same.
guys.
They're
Like,
gone. Like they're
they
done.
have guys.
Uh-huh.
What the Saints did last week is what they're supposed to be doing
That's what
the
they're
entire
supposed
year.
to be doing. Yeah.
Like they're supposed to be shutting shit down.
Yeah.
Imagine if Lattimore was out there. They might have scored a touchdown on defense. I think. But at the same time, it's like the Saints defense is tricky. Like, I mean, they said after that Cardinals game, they had enough. And I mean, it showed 24-0. They had enough. So
Enough is enough.
yeah, but Jacksonville doesn't have nobody out there. I mean, Trayvon Walker is shaping up to be a great number 1 pick, but he can only do but so much. So I think the point's gonna be over. If they let Denver score like 21 points last week or something like that. So yeah, I like the over in that game. I agree with you, P.
All right, number 3, Robert Tonyan at Detroit. Detroit ranks 20th against tight ends. I feel like I like Aaron Rodgers in this one. I feel like Tonyan can go get a touchdown in this game. I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring affair as well. So if you see the trend, if I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring affair, I'm going to pick players from those games because points are going to be scored. So I like Tonyan against at Detroit. Number 4, Hayden Hurst versus Carolina. No Jamar Chase. So I feel like Hayden Hurst would have been more involved last week if it was a better game, but I feel like the game got out of hand. I don't know. Watching Hayden Hurst last week, I like the way he run routes. I feel like he moves out there. He reminds me of like a not Kelsey, but Kelsey. You know what I mean? He's an athletic tight end. You know what I mean? And I like Hayden Hurst.
He don't get enough. He don't get enough looks.
He don't get enough looks. But I feel like with Jamar Chase out in the better game script, I feel like Hayden Hurst is going to be involved. And I like him versus Carolina. I feel like this is a bounce back week for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Defense and special teams, Bengals versus Carolina. Bengals got PJ Walker out there. Last week, Carolina put up points, but I feel like it was fluke. It was a lot of garbage time comeback. I feel like the Bengals are going to sharpen that up, and they're going to get sacks and turnovers in this one. I like the Bengals defense. Number 2, the Ravens at New Orleans. They just added Roquan Smith. I think he plays this week. And that defense they've been playing well. And I feel like going against New Orleans, playing Andy Dalton, I feel like they're going to be able to get at him. Andy Dalton had a good week last week, but Andy Dalton's a very inconsistent quarterback. He's a week in, week out. You never know what you're going to get from him. I feel like the Ravens D are going to strap that up this week at New Orleans. Number 3, Patriots versus Colts. The Colts are starting to back up quarterback again this week.
Field day.
Going against the Patriots.
Field day.
You're going to see a lot of sacks and turnovers in this.
Bad news.
A lot
Bears.
of sacks.
Bad news Bears.
I don't like anything from any this week. I like the Patriots defense versus Indianapolis. 4, Eagles at Houston. The Eagles defense they've been solid this year. I mean, they really haven't played like the whole NFC East hasn't really played anyone. The only matchup that anyone has so far is Minnesota. Other than that, it's been bottom feeders, teams that are not making the playoffs. Look at the schedule. Like, it's teams that's not making the playoffs, but I like them in this one at Houston. They're not about to have Brandon Cooks because he's mad he didn't get traded. Doesn't look like he's about to play. So, who are their weapons out there? Davis Mills, I feel like he's going to be in trouble a lot. Anytime touchdown, if you're a betting man, you're looking for
Stop.
a good
Don't,
bet.
Don't say what you're going to say.
Eagles,
defense
anytime
is not
touchdown this week.
Eagles defense
the
is not
defense,
scoring a
special
TD.
teams?
They're not scoring a
Defense,
TD.
special teams
No,
for the Eagles.
do not bet that.
I can
I
see
am
them
a
scoring a
betting man.
touchdown.
How you
Do
know he was
not
about
bet
to say
that.
that?
Do
I can
not
see
bet
them
that.
scoring a
Do not
touchdown.
bet that. Do not bet
I
that.
can see them scoring a
Do not bet
touchdown.
that. They're going to shut it down. One thing put on your head.
But that's probably
Davis
like
Mills.
that's probably like plus 20.
Davis Mills over under 2
Look,
interceptions.
Peyton. I need you to go like
Just saying.
Peyton Manning right
Davis
saying,
Mills
man.
over under
Quit
2
while you're
interceptions.
ahead, man.
I'm just
They're
saying,
not.
man.
They're not going to score a
They can
touchdown.
score a touchdown.
But
Over under 2 interceptions for Davis Mills.
Under.
Over. You think it? I can see
You
it throwing
think he
2
only
picks.
throws one?
Who? Cooper Rush threw like 3 against
He might-
these guys.
Yeah. Bro, he might throw 3 or 4 interceptions.
3 or 4
One can go for a
interceptions.
touchdown. He's definitely
And one
going,
going for a
I mean,
touchdown.
he's definitely going to have a fumble, strip sack fumble.
All right, look. To sum it up, my man's stardoms is you're going Aaron Rodgers 2 touchdowns plus. You're going Romeo Dobbs anytime touchdown score and Robert Tonyan 50 plus yards because this is what I've seen from my man's. This is what I've seen from your stardom against the Lions.
Oh,
Everybody's all in. That's
how
my
it
bet.
translates
That's my
into
bet.
bets or
That's
something?
what it does. That's what it does.
I didn't say
That's
Robert Tonyan 50 plus. I say he could score a touchdown. Potential.
all right.
Potential.
So anytime touchdown score with Robert Tonyan.
No, I didn't say that. I
Oh,
didn't say
okay.
that on the screen.
What
When
I'm
I
saying,
say it on the screen, that means I really think that person's going to score a touchdown.
bro. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying
I
you
said Robert
said that.
Tonyan has a chance. He's a good streaming tight end this
I'm
week.
not saying you said he's
Not
gonna
top
score
10.
a TD. He's not top 10. Then why is he on this list?
He's a start. He's a stardom. I don't think he's a top 10 tight end, but I feel like if you're streaming a tight end, I don't pick my stardoms for guys that are top 10 guys that you're going to guarantee start.
So you can name 10 tight ends better than Robert Tonyan this week.
He's a streaming tight end.
You can name 10 better this week. No,
All right,
there's
man.
6 teams on a bye. You can't. You can't. So here's the thing.
So why are you complaining about Robert Tonyan being on the stardom?
I'm not complaining.
So
I'm
why
saying,
you say something about it?
I said 50 yards.
I didn't say that. So you think he
Okay,
gets
so
50 yards?
you're not. Let me finish.
Do you think he? No.
Yes, I think he gets 50 yards, nigga. Let me finish.
Oh, why are you yelling?
Jesus
Why-
Christ.
Why you yelling?
Because you're not letting me finish.
Settle-
So here,
settle down.
what I'm trying to tell you is this: Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers gets 2 touchdowns. I think he does.
Okay.
I think Romeo Dobbs scored the touchdown. You have him on your list.
Oh, I thought you were making fun.
I
when you
think
said
that
this.
I think that Robert Tonyan has 50 yards.
Oh, I thought
That's a great same game parlay.
Oh, I thought you were trying to be
Settle
an
down and let me
asshole. I thought
finish.
you were trying to be
So
an
here's the
asshole.
thing.
I thought you were being an asshole.
I thought you were being
I
an
thought you were
asshole.
mocking me. That's what I
I
thought.
thought
That's
you were
what it
mocking.
say it didn't sound like that.
Say it didn't sound like that.
No,
I think he was gonna let me finish.
Nah, because
I think-
I heard you say
think
based
it was
off of his
behind-
stardoms,
yeah.
this is the best that you want to make. But
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't know if you were like you would make those.
Yeah,
bets.
no.
You know what I'm saying? I
Those
thought
are
you
bets
were-
that I would make.
Yeah.
I think that Romeo Dobbs is going to score against Detroit because I saw
respect.
Jalen Waddle and
Respect.
Tyreek Hill.
I apologize.
one-
I apologize.
I think you're not.
But I
You're
know
not
when
sorry.
he said I
Look,
know
here's
when
the thing. The reason why we
I
say
agree.
the reason why we don't say sorry is because we're not sorry ass niggas. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. And at the same time, always take this word of advice. Never say you're sorry. you always apologize whenever you're wrong. But at the same time, look. I think that Romeo Dobbs
that's a
scores
Twan tip.
I think that that's a
One
life.
tip of the day.
That's a life tip for real. Hey, but at the same time, look. I think that
Hashtag
Romeo
Twan
Dobbs.
tip.
I'm with you. I think Romeo Dobbs scored a touchdown. I think Robert Tonyan's over 50 yards, and I think that if you're gonna go same game parlay, I think you can definitely win some money on Aaron Rodgers throwing 2 TDs. You might hit Robert Tonyan if you're a betting man. Throw that in there too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're gonna hit somebody. It's Aaron Rodgers do 2 touchdowns against the Bills. Hey. Nobody thought he was gonna throw 2 touchdowns. I didn't think they was gonna cover, but I put that it was gonna cover. But at the same time,
What was
they
the score of
covered
that game?
27-17. They covered 10 and a half.
It was 10 and a half.
Yeah, they covered. They didn't lose by 11. They lost by 10 to the best offense in the league. So, I mean, I like your starters. I think a mad Aaron Rodgers is going to definitely get after Detroit. I like that. I like what you had to say. There's one about the defenses I didn't like that you're going to see on mine, but outside of that, solid so far. We good.
Facts. And speaking of same game parlays, you know what I'm saying? FanDuel is offering new users no sweat first bet up to $1,000 in free bets. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do, click the link in our description. You know what I'm saying? Sign up for a FanDuel account if you don't have one. Shit's coming to Maryland, so if you don't have one, go ahead and sign up, because if you're listening to this in Maryland, this is a global show. But if you're listening to this in Maryland like us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then that's lit. You know what I'm saying? So definitely sign up for FanDuel. Hit the link in our description, and they definitely do their no sweat same game parlays on Thursdays. So that's what Twan was referring to. But this is for the Thursday game. So Green Bay doesn't pay. Green Bay does not play in the Thursday game, but
if you lose on Thursday, put your $10
use that $10 on exactly.
I
get
do
that shit back.
I do it all the time.
Exactly.
I go for those $1,000.
I'm always
parlays on.
It's not gonna hit. If it don't hit, it don't hit.
Yeah.
I get that bread back, and I get to do it again.
I got fucked last week, but at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. You know.
I feel like I've been getting fucked every week, bro, off of the littlest things. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's what comes with this betting shit. But you know what I'm saying? Hit the link in the description, and then we gonna go ahead and get into the sit-ems.
My guy P lost a parlay off of 8 yards, bro. Big parlay off of 8
Oh, you did one?
8 yards.
Yeah.
Everything.
Tell me what it was.
It was like an 8-game joint.
But it was so many players. Najee Harris needed to get 40 yards. That's it.
Yeah.
He got 32.
Najee Harris fucked me.
He got 32 yards. Bro.
Yeah.
Everything else hit. I don't remember what the parlay was.
Yeah, it was
like an 8-game joint. Everything hit, but that
it was a good like 4 or 5.
Almost 475.
Yeah, like 475
off the $10.
Off the 10.
Like,
yikes, man.
Bro,
so be careful.
Shit. That's now that we're talking about it.
We'll get into it.
But I do have to say this, bro. all my week 8 calls. I basically every week what I'll do is I'll just guess every game, put $1 on it on the parlay. You know what I'm saying? Everything hit except the Giants lost. I needed them to win. Everything else hit. Redskins, or Commander, everything else hit except for the Giants. So, and it's crazy because my heart told me the Giants aren't going to win this game, but it's like every time I've been picking against the Giants, and then they beat teams that they're not supposed to beat.
The Giants should have won that game.
They should have. It was 2 turnovers late. That it was literally tied up until the last 3 minutes when Seattle scored like 14 extra points. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into these sit-ems. You ready, Twan?
Yeah, man, ready, man. Hey, look, I'm not gonna tell. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. After we get past these quarterbacks, I'm going up the dome. I mean, look, like Jared Goff, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna start it off with Jared Goff versus Green Bay. Those who starting Jared Goff out there, man, temper your expectations. I mean, he hasn't scored more than 20 fantasy points since week 4. So, I mean, I don't know what to expect out of Jared Goff. A lot of people, they was high on this Detroit offense in the beginning of the year. I mean, it's kind of simmered down. It's back to earth. Detroit's what we thought they were. Green Bay, they haven't been winning, but they've been limiting quarterbacks. So, please just temper your expectations with these guys. I mean, last week, the Green Bay Packers, they played Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he was riding a high. The 10.5-point favorites in that game, and he only had 16.9 fantasy points last week. So I think that Green Bay, they mad. I think that they're gonna be able to shut it down. This is a division game. I think that they're gonna get after this guy. The next guy on my list, I got Tom. My Tom. Reason why I say my Tom because he's my fantasy quarterback. Tom, Tom is Tom, man. I mean, hopefully Tom gets it together. You never know. Like Tom might go off against Los Angeles. He really might. But at the same time, he hasn't produced 20 fantasy points this week 4, just like Jared Goff. So hey, you might be in the same boat. You never know.
To say Tom Brady's been underwhelming is
it's just it's sad. It's hard to say that. It's hard to say it. It's sad to say it, but it is what it is.
Father Time, man.
I mean, his receivers,
fucking Father Time.
LeBron
be going against Father Time in them commercials, man. He's a real guy.
No. I wouldn't say it's Father Time because it's not Tom's fault. Like he's throwing for 300 yards. He's efficient. He's not throwing picks. Like
where are the
it's
touchdowns?
more.
Where are the scores? That's what
timing.
we need. We need the scores. We need
timing.
If this motherfucker Mike Evans drops another touchdown pass, bro,
he didn't drop one last week. It was more just
shit hit him in his fucking hands. I saw it. You didn't see the joint that smacked him right here? Oh no, it was right out of bounds.
2 weeks before, yeah,
right out of bounds.
Tom overthrew him.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That's the Tom thing. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Another thing.
That's our point.
I don't feel like the accuracy.
The accuracy
is
that's
not
a
there.
timing. I feel like that's
there.
a timing thing. I feel like that's something that they're probably going to touch up, or hopefully they touch up. But at the same time, going into this game, going
that should have been done in the offseason by week 3 at most.
You can't say that because it's a lot of factors that play into it. A lot of people have been suspended. A lot of people have been hurt. So at the same time, you never know. I mean, LA is they've touched up in the secondary. They're 9th against quarterbacks this year in terms of fantasy points. So we'll see.
Oh no, I like to say
going into this matchup. It's not a good matchup, but Tom is Tom. Tom could do whatever. So hopefully Tom does his thing, but I'm not liking the matchup against the Rams. The next guy on the list is PJ Walker. PJ Walker had a solid game last week, but I feel like a lot of people thought the matchup was solid. He only had 16 points in that matchup, and it was against the Falcons, who were ranked last in regards to against quarterbacks. A lot of people started PJ Walker because their quarterbacks was on a bye. A lot of people was filling in, for guys like Pat Mahomes. I know a guy personally was filling in, for Pat Mahomes, they put PJ Walker in there. I mean, he didn't produce so late in the game, but at the same time, he's supposed to explode against these guys, and he didn't. So, I mean, the receivers. I mean, he only has DJ Moore. He can only do but so much. I don't know who the tight end is. I don't know who the second wideout is, or the Terrace Marshall. That's great, but that's not.
A tight end for Carolina.
Yeah. See, I'm not hip to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
a big deal. It's a fucking big deal. And
I'm not hip to.
I'm playing.
I'm not hip to PJ Walker like that. Is he like skilled? Is he good?
He's a USFL superstar. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, superstar.
Yeah,
okay.
USFL, United States Football League. So,
never heard of it.
He's a good backup in the league, man. He's a good. Backup.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a solid backup. I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, the way that he's playing right now is good for DJ Moore's fantasy aspects, but not for the Panthers' winning aspects. So,
Panthers know they're not winning shit.
They're not winning anything. They got rid of Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
They're not trying to win.
My next guy on my list, I got my downgrade is Josh Allen. This is my fire pick of the week. I'm gonna start naming.
I wanted to hear this take.
I'm gonna start naming it my fire pick of the week.
You need to because that's a crazy ass.
You're on the hot seat.
A lot of people are like, yo. A lot of people go and see Josh Allen be like, this guy's the number
I saw him
one.
on the list. I was writing his name. I was like, wait, am I on the starters or am I on the sit-ups?
Yeah, like nah.
I wanted to hear this take for sure.
This is the number one player. This is the number one overall probably player in fantasy right now. Josh Allen, quarterback, Buffalo Bills. So. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. No one is benching Josh Allen. Like if you bench Josh Allen, you have Patrick Mahomes times 2 on your. You have Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray in your super flex, like 100%, like 100%. But at the same time, you're not benching Josh Allen. But the matchup here's the thing. Like I said last week, Green Bay limited them to 16.9 fantasy points. You know how Green Bay did that? They did that on the ground. I feel like. The Jets have solid corners. It took everything for me to not. I didn't put Diggs on this list, so you're not going to see Diggs on this list. You're not going to see Diggs on this list. I don't ruffle any more feathers than I did past the quarterback position. But if I should have put Diggs in a downgrade because I'm trying to tell you. Listen. If I make this call, listen. For those who are listening, I'm passionate about these calls. If I make this call, y'all gotta give me a shout out, y'all. If I don't make this call, I'll be like, yo, let me have it too. I want y'all to let me have
what
it.
does he have? What does
What's
Josh
the
Allen have?
downgrade? That's my
Yeah.
question.
What is
The
John?
downgrade for Josh Allen is under 20 points, fantasy.
Under 20?
And it's against
so
the
he put up
Jets.
19.9.
That's what I'm saying,
a
like,
downgrade.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
If he puts up 19.9, it's a
I can't
downgrade.
give you that, man.
How is
Downgrade gotta be
projections probably
17,
like 20?
17 or
you'll
less,
live with
bro.
19. You'll live. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, you'll live with
17 or
20.
less.
20 is actually pretty good. It's
So-
not Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is 20. You know what I'm saying? You get 20 from any other quarterback, you're going to be like solid.
Go ahead.
I give you 17 or less.
18. Meet me halfway, bro.
17
You got me halfway. You got me 17 is like
downgrade got to be
16.
Really?
16. What is 16 points?
All right,
16 points is like what? A touchdown throw.
It's 2 TDs,
and like
bro.
it's 2 TDs and what?
like
200 yards?
2 TDs.
That's a good game. That's a good game.
But not for Josh. Not for
Not
the
for
number.
Josh Allen,
Not
but
for the number
any-
one
for
quarterback.
NFL
Here's the
But for
thing.
any
Here's the thing,
NFL
man.
quarterback, that's a
Here's
good
the thing,
game.
man.
For you to downgrade
The
somebody
New
because
York
you don't think he's
Jets-
gonna have a good game. You think he's
New
gonna have a
York
bad game.
Jets are going to be all over these wide receivers. We're going to get into the wideouts too. They're going to be.
game scoring.
They're going to be.
Okay.
Fuck no.
Okay,
Gabe.
somebody say.
Gabe does not score this game.
All right.
Yeah, look, I'm willing. I'm a
All
bet
right.
man. I'm willing to bet that man definitely does not score this game. Like, and here's the thing. Like, I'm telling you, the Jets, Robert Salah.
Oh,
Look,
he got them boys right. But
he has them boys
they play
ready to
Buffalo this
play.
season, man. They
Like,
play
it's not as sweet as you think it is in the
I'm not saying it's
in
sweet.
fucking what the fuck do they play? MetLife? It's not as sweet as you
Bro,
think it is. But what I'm
I like what they building over there in New York. Don't get me
All
wrong.
right.
Great defense.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm loving what I'm loving it.
I'm loving the culture change.
I'm loving
over
the culture
there.
change over there. I wish Brees Hall was still out there. Great player. I'm mad he got hurt, but bro, no. And their offense isn't going to do enough to keep Josh Allen off the field. They're not going to be able
But
to
no,
run
I
the
hear what he
ball.
said.
You know
Why
what I'm
not?
saying?
Oh, they don't got Brees
They're
anymore.
not the Packers. The Packers are running quick
17.9.
ass.
17.9.
The Packers are running quick.
17.9.
No, what? Josh Allen
Yeah. 17.9
or less
or less.
for Josh?
Yeah, you may get 18.
I bet.
All right,
I bet 10 on
10.
that, bro. Come
And we got what's the other 10? We'll go back.
on.
It was
was that?
Tunyon, not Tunyon.
No.
It was somebody scoring.
We'll go back. We'll go back.
We'll
We'll
go
go
back.
We'll go back.
I
We'll
can't
go back.
remember.
17.9
We start
on
writing this
Josh
down.
Allen, though. We got that.
Josh Allen. All right.
All right, cool. We're gonna move to the running backs. Brian Robinson Jr., versus Minnesota. Brian Robinson Jr. is a sit-on for me. It's been the Gibson show. I like Gibson's emergence. I feel like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder ever since he's taking the back seat to Robinson. He's like, yo, it's not time yet. It's not. I'm not ready to get a spot up to you yet. I mean, I like Brian Robinson. He running hard, but at the same time, the way that Washington deploys their running backs, they got all three of these running backs are involved. I like Gibson. Gibson is definitely taking a lot of touches away from Brian Robinson. I would definitely say sit him and temper your expectations until you see something different. But I feel like this game, Washington's gonna be playing from behind. It's gonna be a lot of Gibson, gonna be a lot of McKissick, a lot of receiver play in this game. So just like Sean had McLaurin on the stardom, I think McLaurin probably might have a big day because they might be playing from behind, like I said again. But I don't think that they're going to be able to control the clock with Brian Robinson in this game. All right. Next guy I got on my list, I got Michael Carter versus Buffalo. I don't think the Jets going to be able to run the rock too much. I mean, Michael Carter is not settle down. Michael Carter is not Aaron Jones, but if they decide to, if I could be wrong about this pick, because if they take Green Bay's formula, hey, they might try to slow the game down. They know they're not going to win the game. I feel like Green Bay didn't know they was going to win the game last week.
My argument to that is Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers has Buffalo. They're like, it's Aaron Rodgers.
It's still Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day.
They're throwing right now. No,
Yeah.
they're running.
Yeah.
To
They were
who?
doing quick hitters to Aaron Jones. Like
To
the
who?
runs were perfect. Like
To
straight up the
who?
gut.
To who?
Well, the thing
To
is,
who?
the thing is
Romeo
you're-
Dobbs?
The thing is, you're
And who else?
It
But the
doesn't
thing
matter.
is, you're
It's still
scared
Aaron
of Aaron
matters.
Rodgers.
I'll take
You're
I'll
scared
take
of Aaron
Garrett
Rodgers.
Wilson and Elijah Moore over fucking Romeo Dobbs and
With Zach
But
Wilson.
Christian
but
Wilson.
you'll take Zach Wilson
And
over
Christian
Aaron
Watson.
Rodgers.
Come on, bro.
No, what you're saying is you'll take Zach Wilson over
No,
Aaron Rodgers.
no. I feel like they
No.
hear me out.
They don't have Aaron
That's what I'm
Jones
saying.
over
Like
there either.
Buffalo
Aaron
is at
Jones
least
is running that
Buffalo
thing.
is at least worried
Hear me out,
about what
hear me
Aaron
out.
Rodgers is
running
going
hard
to do.
as shit.
I don't think they're worried
That's
about
the
what
hardest
Zach
I've
Wilson.
ever seen Aaron Jones run the football.
Michael Carter. Yeah, okay.
You watch the game. You see how Aaron Jones was out there. Ha ha.
Ha, ha.
Nigga, he was toting that bitch. Like I never seen Aaron Jones tote the ball like that ever in my life. He was running hard.
Okay.
Breaking tackles at the line. Ha, nigga. Like nigga, stiff arms at the line, nigga. You seen it.
Heisman.
He was working for that shit.
What you gotta say, Tom?
We ready?
Ready. We're ready.
All right, cool. So Michael Carter. You know, Michael Carter versus Buffalo. If they decide to give him the ball, I don't think he gets enough touches. That's my argument here.
Not good enough.
I don't think he gets enough touches. I don't think he gets enough touches in his offense. If James Robinson plays, they might try to get him some touches too. They're gonna hit his touches are gonna get siphoned by James Robinson. They traded for him for a reason. I think that Michael Carter's not gonna be able to do much on the ground. You know, I think Buffalo's gonna try to shut the run down. I feel like it's gonna be a passing game from the Jets. If they pass, I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to win. I just think that it's going to be, it's not going to be as high scoring as you think because Sauce Gardner and them are they're alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Jets have a good defense, and at the same time, it's a division game. These division games don't be 40 to 50 points scored. I've been seeing like 35 to 38 points scored in these division games all year. This is the lowest year scored for points this year.
Mm-hmm.
And points and low points scored means low fantasy points. So at the same time, I think that Michael Carter and James Robinson, they split in the backfield. I don't think Michael Carter is going to have the value that he had last week. He didn't do much last week, so I would tell my expectations he's going against one of the better run defenses this year. Deontay Foreman at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's coming off of a tough L in the division game. You know, they got a soft matchup this week against Carolina. I feel like they know they got to go into this game taking away Deontay Freeman and also Deontay Foreman. It's Foreman. But at the same time, it's Deontay Foreman and
comes from Atlanta years ago.
I know. That's Devontae. At the same time,
whatever.
Deontay, we're good. We're past that. So look, Deontay Foreman. He's definitely not gonna have 3 touchdowns this week. So if you're chasing points, don't do that. Do not do that.
3 last week.
Yeah, he had 3
Jesus.
TDs.
Over
3
100.
3 TDs
Jesus.
and over 100. He's definitely not gonna do that. He's not Nick Chubb. So temper your expectations. They're playing at Cincinnati. I feel like they're gonna right the ship. They're adjusting to, they're losing their playmaker. They're gonna be playing from behind in this game for sure. I feel like this is gonna be a lot of air yards thrown in this game. And I don't see it for Deontay Foreman on the ground. You might see a lot of Chuba Hubbard. You might see a passing down back, but not Deontay in this game. The next guy I'm going to say definitely got to downgrade this guy, Jonathan Taylor at New England. He's playing New England this week. I know we got Jonathan Taylor's name up there, but no defense. But Jonathan Taylor, damn. Hey, Jonathan Taylor, man, last year, if y'all watched the show, this was my guy. RB1. Ride or die.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. He was doing his thing, but I mean, he's banged up. He's been banged up this year. He hasn't been looking the same. He hasn't been running the same. You can't say fuck him. You can't say fuck him, man.
Why?
Chill out, bro. Because he's on his team. You pick one. At the same time, I mean,
one good week for me.
I mean, at the same,
and I lost.
It's personal right now. We're talking to fans. At the same time, settle down. So let's listen, man. I'm trying to tell you. Look. Jonathan Taylor, at some point, hopefully he's too talented. He's too talented of a player individually to not right the ship. I don't know what's going on in Indy right now. They just fired their offensive coordinator.
Trade him.
And they got to get the line right. They got to get some things right. They just benched their starting quarterback. There's a lot of things going wrong. A lot of things just in place right now. There's a lot of moving pieces around Jonathan Taylor to where he just can't get right. But I feel like it's kind of a wait and see. It's kind of like the AK approach, like just wait and see. He's going to get into the end zone eventually, but I don't think it's going to be this week at New England. I feel like Bill Belichick knows, like, hey, even though I feel like Bill Belichick feels this. I'm not going to say that he feels the same way as me. I feel like I feel the same way as Bill Belichick. I feel like Bill Belichick knows, like, Jonathan Taylor, regardless of what he's been doing this year, he knows that this is their best player outside of Michael Pittman. We got to take this guy away to win. So I don't see it for Jonathan Taylor this week. Yeah, I don't see Jonathan Taylor doing it this week. Not at New England. So temper your expectations there. The next guy I got on my list is Devontae Smith on a short week at Houston. I feel like it's going to be the AJ Brown show in Houston this week. I like AJ Brown, and AJ Brown last week, I think he had 150 plus receiving yards and 3 TDs. I feel like they keep that going. If your wide receiver one's getting 3 touchdowns and 156 receiving yards, I feel like you're blowing the team out. They're gonna be dogging him. Let me see. I think that he's gonna have. I think AJ Brown is probably gonna have a TD and 100 plus yards again. I don't think there's gonna be enough out there for Devontae Smith. You said you got Miles Sanders on your stardom, right? So they're gonna be running the ball too. So I don't want to hear your shit about Devontae Smith. I like Smith. But I don't like AJ Brown.
I don't feel like you sit Smith in this game.
I'm not.
You know,
Bruh,
I noticed
the
something.
niggas on my list. You're not sitting. I'm saying they're downgrading them. Like, here's the thing. You're not sitting Beyonce Foreman. You're not sitting Josh Allen. You're not sitting Tom Brady.
Why are they on your list?
You're not.
They're not sitting.
What do you mean? I'm not. What do you want me to put on there? Naheem Hines?
I want you to.
What do you want me to put on there?
I want you to pick guys that.
I'm putting guys who are not going to do good.
Yeah.
Exactly. These are guys who start. We're not going to do good.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm putting on my list.
So we mean
these guys start.
No.
Devontae Smith is starting on every team.
That's a downgrade, though. A downgrade is a guy that.
My downgrade is DJ Moore. You're starting him.
But I'm saying, so
he had the second most fantasy. He had the 5th most fantasy points as a wide receiver last week.
List, you're telling people.
What do you mean?
To start him, but
what do you
mean?
mean?
They're going to do anything.
I'm saying temper your expectations.
No, these should be sit-ems.
Oh my God. Who do you want me to put on this list? Who?
Borderline starters that you think people should not start.
Name a guy. Name a guy. Because one of the guys, I'll say, okay.
I didn't do my research on sit-ems. I did start them this week.
Name one. I'm asking you to name a guy. It's the whole league.
What you mean? Name a guy? What?
Name a guy, nigga, in the entire league that you would sit at the wideout position. Go. I don't know. What's a bad matchup? Do you know the NFL? Do you know the NFL? You're on the show. You're on the show. You want me to pull your card right now? You're on the show.
I don't know what you're asking.
You're on the show.
Your card.
You're on the show. You're on the show. Who's a wide receiver? Any wide receiver in the NFL this week that has a bad matchup that you're sitting? That's a mid-tier wide receiver. Name that guy. That's someone starting. Go.
You saying that?
Rondell Moore.
You saying that somebody's
Rondell Moore? You want to put that guy on this list? Who the fuck cares about Rondell Moore? Tell me who cares about Rondell. Come on, chip in.
People
who cares about Rondell?
They should start Rondell Moore or not.
Should you start Rondell?
People want to know that, Twan. That's what people want to know.
No. Temper your expectations for Devontae. Devontae Smith is a. What did Devontae do last week? What did Devontae do last week? Should I start this guy?
No, he didn't do anything.
Thank you.
But something that I noticed though, I was looking at the stats. Like something that I noticed is any game where like AJ Brown goes off, the next game it's like they try to get Devontae involved. Like week 1, Devontae Smith did nothing. Next game he had 100 yards or something like that.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
that's something that I noticed.
If you think the people out there are going to start him already, why is he on your sit-em?
Because these guys are not going to do what they're supposed to do. They're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
Hear about people like Rondell Moore.
They're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
They want to hear about the Rondell Moore.
They're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
Should I start Rondell Moore? They want to hear about those guys.
They're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
The flex.
They're not going to do. They're not going to do what they're supposed to do.
Flex guys.
They're not going to do what they're supposed to do. They're not going to do what they're supposed to do. I'm going to give you valid points about why your top guy is not going to do what he's supposed to do. And the next guy on this list is another guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown. So what did Amon-Ra do last week in a great matchup in a high-scoring game against the Dolphins?
Nothing. Who was scoring the points?
But I like him as a sit-em though. I'm not gonna say I like him as a
like you wouldn't.
But is this the guy you're benching?
Start him. You would bench him.
Is this the guy you're benching?
Unless I had to start him, like yes, I'm trying to bench him.
Is this a guy you're benching?
Yeah, he has not been performing. He has not. He's been injured, and he's not been performing.
All right, listen.
Look at the stats in the last couple of games. He's been hurt, and he has not been doing anything.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You're
going up against Jai Alexander this week.
Everything depends.
He's no Diggs. He's no Diggs. He's not going to do what Diggs did to this guy. I feel like they're going to be all over this. I feel like they're going to be all over this.
He was on Gabe Davis more than he was on Diggs.
He's going to get even more targets because Hawkinson is not there. Amon-Ra St. Brown could have a big game. I don't see it. I think Jai Alexander. I think that was so Butler. Whoever's on this guy, it's going to be all over that. I feel like it's going to be a lot of guys over top of this. I feel like they're going to take the top target away. I don't like Amon-Ra St. Brown in this game. The next guy we're going to go to is Gabe Davis. This guy has fucking 16 catches on the entire year. Why are people still starting Gabe Davis in fantasy and hoping and praying for a fucking 80-yard game? Like people are praying for three catches and fucking 172 yards and 2 touchdowns.
What he did in
against Pittsburgh.
the what he did
That's
in
what people
the,
are praying for. That's what people are waiting for Gabe Davis.
People waiting for
week
that
in and
4
week out.
touchdown game that he had in the playoffs.
That's not going to happen.
It's not.
No, three catches, three catches, 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what he had against Pittsburgh.
Bench him if you want to.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. This is the epitome of boomer bust. You talk about Amari Cooper. Come on, this guy has 16 catches the entire NFL year.
Yeah, you gotta start cool.
You have to start this guy, but do you have to start that guy? Because he plays in a high potent offense. Fuck no.
Depends on your lineup.
Fuck no. No, I'm not starting that guy. It's a fucking mob. Hey,
Oh, he's a mob.
Gabe Davis, hope and prayer. In my book. Against the Jets too? This matchup? No. Definitely don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. And when he does, what happens then?
See.
And when he does, what? Let's up that bet to dub. Let's up that bet to a dub. You're dub to my 15.
No.
Why? Because you have the advantage. You have the number 1 player in fantasy.
You're confident though.
I am.
So be confident.
Aren't you confident too?
Yeah, I'm confident in 20.
Then take that dub to 15.
I'm confident in 20.
Take the dub to the 15. Bet. Why can't I get points then? If you're that confident.
No, because you're saying that.
All right. The next guy on my list is DJ Moore.
Let's
Come on, bro. We're taking too much time. Hey, DJ Moore. Come on, bro. Settle down. Hey, look, DJ Moore at Cincy. DJ Moore at Cincy. Temper your expectations with DJ. You know, the downgrade. The last 2 weeks, DJ Moore has been a top 15 play. It's been a resurgence in Carolina because, you know, Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey have been traded. He's the only piece of offense out there outside of Deontay Foreman, but I got Deontay on the sit-ems too. Like I said, but this might change only because, you know, since he lost their top corner on Thursday night, I got the news today that he's out with an ACL tear. So, it could be a down the field play. You never know. Boom. It's kind of like a boomer bust play for DJ Moore. So temper your expectations there at Cincy on the road. It's going to hinge a lot on how PJ Walker plays. I got him on to sit him. So we'll see how that goes. Mike Gesicki at Chicago. I'm not really big on Mike Gesicki only because of the wideouts that are around him. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek, they eat up a lot of those points. I feel like they could be up early in this game. I feel like they should be blowing up Chicago. I don't think it's gonna be much with Mike Gesicki here. The next guy on my list, I got Darren Waller. Darren Waller's been banged up this entire year. Darren Waller at Jacksonville. Darren Waller is not living up to draft capital at all. If you guys have Darren Waller, I feel like you're forced to start him at this point. You probably don't have no better options unless you grab somebody off waivers, somebody out there anywhere. I'll take a guy like Evan Ingram over Darren Waller right now. Hayden, I'm not gonna say Hayden Hurst. I would take Hayden Hurst over Darren Waller.
I agree.
But it's Darren Waller is not looking good right now. He's not looking good right now at Jacksonville. That Raiders offense came back down to earth last week at New Orleans. I feel like they laid out the game plan to shut them down. Tyler Conklin versus Buffalo. Tight ends just don't do well against Buffalo. Robert Tonyan last week. I don't even think that I forgot that he was playing last week for real. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, Tyler Conklin, he's number 6 tight end in fantasy and half PPR. So I don't know. I would temper my expectations there with that offense with Zach Wilson throwing the rock. You never know. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him the rock. And the last guy on my list, I got Hayden Hurst versus Carolina. Carolina actually does a good job at taking away the tight end position. I feel like it's going to be closer than you think. I feel like it's going to be – this will probably be like a Joe Mixon type of game. I don't feel like Hayden Hurst will probably be involved too much. He'll probably be involved in the blocking game. So I would temper my expectations there as well. The Jets defensive special teams versus Buffalo. This game can go either way. Like I said, it's 50-50. I feel like it's gonna be low. I feel like it's gonna be low scoring. But if Buffalo does score, they do. I don't feel like it's gonna be a lot
low
of
scoring for the Jets. You talking about? Buffalo's gonna score their 30 points, bro.
Buffalo scored 27 last week against Green Bay.
Okay, what did they average?
They probably average like 35. Green Bay's a below
So
average
they're
defense.
going to score their 27.
Green Bay's
30
below-
points.
They're gonna make up for it this week.
Green Bay's a below average defense. Is the Jets above average defense?
Playing Buffalo? No.
Okay.
So
So
Buffalo's gonna
so-
make them
so,
look
Buffalo,
pedestrian.
nobody, I don't feel like.
I mean, it's a personal opinion.
I feel like it's about to be like 35-17.
So the
Probably
Jets
one of
defense,
those
the Jets
games.
defense versus Buffalo. The Jets defense at home again. You know, I feel like Robert Salah is going to draw it up. I like Robert Salah as a coach. I feel like you never know. I don't feel like they're going to be able to commit too many turnovers, too many sacks in this game. I mean, usually when you start a defense, you know, you want interceptions and fumbles and turnovers. I feel like it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of punts in this game. I'm trying to tell you, this game is not going to be up and down the field like people think. So temper your expectations for fantasy points in this game. This Jets versus Buffalo game. I'm trying to tell you. But I mean, you got guys on both on that offense of Buffalo that you got to start. I'm not telling you to start them. I'm just telling you, like, if you think you're going to get these explosive games from these guys, Sauce Gardner and that defense, they're very much alive. So please temper your expectations in regards to this game. Commanders defense versus Minnesota. You know, Minnesota, they've been putting up a lot of points recently. Like we said, Justin Jefferson hasn't scored since week 1. He might get a TD here in this game. I would definitely not bet against Justin Jefferson getting a TD here. I probably wouldn't bet against Adam Thielen getting a TD here.
That was our bet.
But at the same time,
Justin
Well,
Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, you say he don't score.
okay then. Justin Jefferson does score.
That was our bet.
Said I would not
But-
bet against.
And I definitely bet against it. But at the same time, I mean, hey, he can, he can't. I mean, we'll see. But I mean, the Commanders have been playing pretty good defense in these past couple weeks. So, like I said, Minnesota's also been playing really good offense at the same time. They got Dalvin Cook, they got Adam Thielen. I would say Adam Thielen probably does score. Once again, I feel like they'll probably shift the defense more towards J Jets. So we'll see. But at the same time, overall, I don't think the Commanders will be able to hold this Minnesota offense. So we'll see. They's got TJ Hawkinson. So I mean, that's another piece to that offense. I feel like this game could be up and down. It could be up and down the field. We have seen Justin Jefferson put up 100 yards and not score. So hey, we'll see how that game goes. Ravens defense and special teams at New Orleans. My man had Ravens, shutting down New Orleans. I don't see it happening. Andy Dalton, ever since this offense gave the keys to Andy Dalton, they've been putting up 30 points per game. It's not a fluke. Andy Dalton is a better quarterback than James Winston. He limits the turnovers. He plays within the offense. Sometimes Taysom Hill is in there to vulture TDs, and he gets in the end zone. So I mean, they rarely turn the ball over outside of that Arizona game. Outside of the Arizona game, I feel like they have about he hasn't thrown any picks outside of that Arizona game. So temper your expectations for the Ravens offense. I feel like it's going to look a lot different. I mean, that Ravens defense is going to look a lot different. So I'm praying it's different. I'm starting the Ravens defense just based off of talent alone on that defense. So, like my co-host, he touched on Roquan Smith is over there. So, I mean, that could definitely make a big difference. He's one of the probably the second, third best linebacker in the league right now outside of Fred Warner. So we'll see how that goes. And the Saints defense and special teams versus Baltimore on the other side of the ball. I would definitely not start any defense that's playing Lamar Jackson. I've seen it firsthand last week. I feel like the nation saw it last Thursday. Tampa Bay's defense is like Swiss cheese against these guys. It's just like you don't even know who's getting the ball when they play Baltimore. They run so many RPOs, so many zone options, and the best runner on the team is the guy who gets the ball every single play. Like Lamar Jackson gets the ball every single play. He's capable of scoring every single play. If a play breaks down, he can score. So, I mean, I would say just temper your expectations. Lamar is going to get his. If no ifs, ands, or buts about it, I would say I feel like this game, even though this game might be low scoring due to the defenses, I feel like this game might be up and down the field because both of these offenses, they don't turn the ball over. They move the ball. The Saints have proven that they can move the ball. They lost a game where they gave up 2 defensive touchdowns and they lost that game by 1 TD. So at the same time, Baltimore always puts up points. We'll see how this goes, but I would definitely sit both of these defenses. And that's it for the sit-ems. That's what I got. We'll see, man.
Right, I
Yeah,
agree
we
with
will
that
see.
Baltimore- I agree with that Baltimore.
We'll see.
Lamar.
Fuck you, dog.
I
Hey,
don't
at the
know.
same time,
I don't know if Lamar- I don't know.
no.
I like
Fuck
New
this nigga,
Orleans
dog.
defense. I
Like,
don't know if
this
Lamar
is
gonna
what we
be able
do.
to
This is what
move
we
up and
do.
down-
Like,
down the field like that, man.
it's all love, but fuck you, bro. like no, it's all
is
love,
what it is,
man.
man.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But at the same time,
We
I'm
gonna
telling you,
see, man.
when this nigga when people were like, yo, Josh Allen not doing shit against the Jets, we gonna see. We're gonna see. Oh,
When the
where's
last time
Gabe
we heard
Davis?
that?
We're gonna see. Last week, nigga, 16.9. What do you mean? Last time we heard
Did they
that?
play last week?
Less than a week ago. They played Green Bay.
Don't sleep. Green Bay's defense is
Don't
solid.
sleep. They're like 21st in fantasy, bottom half of the league.
But
What
they-
are you
they-
talking about?
They got good corners out
When they
there.
got good corners out there.
Yeah.
That Terry McLaurin was dogging out there. You got Diggs was doing his
Terry
thing.
caught. How many passes did Terry caught catching that game? 2?
He caught 6.
He just happened to score a
caught
touchdown.
He caught 6.
He
He caught 6. He caught 6. He caught 6.
How many yards?
And so
like
about 78.
And one catch was like 40.
guess how many Diggs caught?
Touchdown.
Guess how many Diggs caught?
What, last week?
Yeah.
He balled last week. Yeah,
He balled last week. Yeah. Guess how many picks your man threw last week against that same defense? 2, nigga. What are you saying?
Oh, so
He's playing a better.
Well,
He's playing
well, I'll tell
better
you what-
corners.
Why tell you about that last week?
Who plays?
telling
Bruh,
you about that, man.
but every time,
Josh-
every time you put up our stardom sit-ems, what
Josh-
happens?
Josh-
Green,
Josh- Josh gonna come back this week.
green,
Oh,
right?
yeah, you had-
Green,
you
right?
had one good week.
I had one good week. One good week.
I'm saying when
One
I
good
had-
week.
When I had the
One
bad
good week. One good
When I
week.
had the bad week.
One good week. I had one good week on the
I'm
sit-ems.
saying when I had the bad week.
Shut it down, man.
The sit-ems-
We good, man. Hey, look, this is what we do. This is what we do. Every Wednesday is here. Content. I don't hate this nigga. I just don't like this nigga on Wednesday. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I don't like him on Wednesday or Sundays.
That's how Sean feels about
Look,
Juju
look,
Smith-Schuster.
we-
This is the first Sunday where Twan was actually texting me on a Sunday.
Hey,
He was in the group chat that Sunday with me and him and John. He was first time ever. Usually he's quiet.
Hey, Sean.
When
Hey,
I'm
Sean.
losing,
Sup,
when I'm
Sean?
losing,
not
I'm
even,
still
not
willing
even,
to
not
talk.
even, not
Twan,
even,
you're not gonna hear from him. Let
Not
me hear.
even.
I want to hear from you this Sunday. All right.
not even.
All right.
I'm winning this week.
All right.
You want to bet the dub? Bet the dub on our game.
No, I'm not going to play or pray on your downfall, man.
I'm not gonna pay or pray on you. I'm not gonna play or pay on your
Me
downfall.
betting
either,
you
nigga.
$20 is praying on your downfall. that
Hey,
you
then
lose,
bet on my
man.
downfall.
I ain't gonna do it, man.
Bet on my
I ain't
downfall.
gonna do it. Like
Hey,
you said-
Matt Rose, if
like
you
you said,
watching
I
the
don't
show, I'm a doggy, bro. Like, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Who you playing this week? L.
Ross. Oh,
Hey, where LD? Where Ross at? Ross, you on the show? Anybody? Hey, matter of fact, anybody that think they're gonna beat their opponent, post it on the show. We'll post it and at your man's. And we'll at your man's and be like, hey, look, John Doe said he gonna beat you this week. He said it on the show. Send that shit. The fantasy at SJT. Send it to us. We'll at your man's. We'll at your man's for you.
It's all
Hey,
about
hey,
smoke
hey,
this episode
nah,
all about smoke.
this episode all about smoke.
episode's
Hey,
about smoke.
matter of fact, hey, next week, man, hey, next week, we gotta post our shit next week. Hey, we posting our games next week. We posting our games.
I ain't posting
Hey,
shit. Fuck
nah,
fantasy.
we sending our games next week. We sending our games next week. Hey, Matt Rose, you watch the show. I don't care if I lose 40 to 120. I'm sending my
Yeah,
jump.
we're gonna have to see it.
Yeah, y'all all gonna see.
He said that
Y'all
now.
all
He
all
gonna
gonna
bro,
see.
he gonna
Y'all all
call out
gonna
sick
see.
next
What's that
Wednesday.
word mean? What's that
He
word
gonna
mean?
call out sick next Wednesday.
Nah. Twan, send your shit. I'm sending my shit.
He gonna call
I'm
in
sending
sick
your
next
shit.
He gonna call us
And
sick
look,
next week.
Anybody out here? No, for real.
I got
No, for
COVID.
real. Please send your matchups. We want to see your matchups. We want to see who y'all started and why. You know, like I said, the sit-ems on the show. I'm not expecting y'all to sit these people. I'm just expecting y'all to temper y'all expectations. The stardoms. If y'all start the people that my man say y'all gonna win. Like I said, I mean, I hate this nigga when it comes to Wednesdays and Sundays, but at the same time, it's all love. I think that these niggas going ball outside of the Ravens and Hayden Hurst. I think that they all going ball. I remember, bro. I remember. I kept the receipts. So Hayden Hurst and the Ravens, they're not gonna do their thing. But anybody else you start, I think they're gonna do well. Send it to the fantasy at SJT. We'll post it here and we'll add y'all, man. Good luck on y'all matchups this week. It's all love and it's all fun. It's just a game. Remember, it's just a game.
It's just
It's just a game.
Just a game.
Remember, it's just a
Oh,
game.
fucking week.
I couldn't
All
sleep
right,
last week,
game.
but it's just a game.
It's just a game.
Then my hair's turning gray, but it's just a game.
It's just a game. It's just a game, man. It's
I'm
just a game.
$400 in the hole, but it's just a game.
Right, it's just a game. It's just a game, man.
I'm
It's
fucking
just
weak.
a game.
All right, man. That's gonna be this week's episode, man. Twan already said it all, man. Follow us, send in everything that you got. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to us, all that type of shit. We're gonna see y'all same time next week. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, good luck on their fantasy contests. And yeah, that does it with the show.
Now, y'all know me. I come in. I'm confident. Thank you. We're gonna see.